And you got to think it was weird. Do you remember your first time, the first time you drank alcohol, did you get drunk or was it like you tasted it and hated it?
It's a great question. I feel like I've tasted it before, like in high school, just at like family things, and I didn't get drunk for sure. But like, I would say the first time I was like drinking, like definitely got buzzed. And
do you remember just being in the moment, or was it like, oh man, this is weird?
I remember enjoying it. Like I didn't hate it. I think it was at a party though, where like some of my other friends were drinking more than I was. And so then it kind of became this thing of like trying to take care of like some of the other people
like
partying.
The babysitter.
Right. I don't know. I guess that's just like the vibe I give off or something. But yeah.
Dan will take care of us.
Vibes.
Let's all take Jaeger bombs.
Yeah. I'll take care of everyone.
I remember same thing that you said. I remember drinking some alcohol when I was younger. I think my biological parents would party a lot. And I remember sipping like their drinks.
Right.
But I think I did like all like people that weren't even in my family.
Equivalent of like
they would look and I would just drink a little. And I remember thinking this is weird. Why do adults drink?
Yeah.
Because beer isn't good. And they weren't drinking like fruity drinks. But I remember the first time I actually drank was again at a party in high school. Like got drunk. And I went to a party with a guy and I went to fit in. There was like college people there. And I'm like, yeah, this is like, I do this at home all the time.
Right.
So I think I just drank. It was Mad Dog. It was like a malt liquor. I don't know if you ever had it.
Yeah, I've had that.
I feel like every time I bring that up to people, they're like, that was my first thing. I feel like people in our generation used to drink that a lot, like back in the day. But I got jacked up on it. And I remember like my brother had done the same thing like about a year before. And it was the red one. And he was throwing it up. And I thought it was blood. I was like 15 years old. I'm like, yeah, my brother's dying. And no one cared. They're like, this happens all the time. Like, he's going to be fine.
Right.
He's throwing up blood. Like, I was so scared. And then so a year later when I did it, not on the red one, I think it was like a blue one or something different. I just remember thinking like, God, I'm him. Like I'm him back then. Like,
right.
And then I woke up and I was like, nah, not for me. And I didn't drink alcohol for a long time. I think all the way to like junior or senior year.
You're like all the way until I was like 16. Yeah. It's like the next year. Just kidding.
Until the next bad thing happened.
Right.
This is way better than life.
But no, I think when you're that young though, like it can definitely be really freaky. Like you don't really know.
You don't understand it.
Like what's fully happening or what's possible. Yeah.
I think it's different when you're not drinking and you're visually seeing it. Because like some people, you don't know. Like you'll hear the next day and they're like, I was jacked up. You're like, I mean, you did seem like, drunk, but not to the level. But then when you experience it too, you're like, oh, it's like a different version of the same event.
Right.
And so it's just weird how like perception, reality, what is it? Reality is perception. Perception is reality.
Yeah.
God, I got to get my phrases
perceived, right. I don't know.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, it just really depends on your angle. Yeah. But yeah, I always remember that. And I feel like health wise, if I sat down with like a scientist or someone who could really, what would it be? Someone who breaks down what happens in your body? Is it a biologist?
Yeah, I guess so.
More than a scientist. If I sat down with a biologist that like showed me the effects of alcohol, I think I'd be like, oh Jesus, I am messing some stuff up.
And like the chemistry of it, neurochemistry.
Yeah, the way it affects your brain and stuff. It can't be good. But yeah, I always think like in this world, like those are, and then of course, I love how we're getting into alcohol and drugs and stuff like right off the bat. Thing. Yeah, I think it's just because I was thinking about that recently.
Right.
Like just like
because of the wedding and partying.
Yeah, like one thought led into another, and that was just on my head, or in my brain. But it can't, like, there's no way like that. It's weird as human beings, like and I'm not saying we, like me and you, but I think some people are on something at all times, whether it's drinking, smoking, caffeine,
coffee,
sugar, right? And so you almost got to think that like the true sobriety, meaning like not eating all these bad stuff first, that's got to be weird at that point, right? Like,
right.
Do you think other than monks or like people like that, even them sometimes, I bet they're doing some crazy stuff. We're kind of on something at all times. It's a weird like concept.
Yeah, I think